this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and I am doing just kind of a fun, one-of-a-kind project. I'm just making one. It's I'm giving it away to somebody, and I'm using it kind of for a little challenge. It's a challenge over on Facebook that I participate in, this group that does these little fun challenges and games and things. And so I thought, that sounds like fun. I'm going to make one. The challenge is that you were supposed to make an ATC, any style you want, but the rule is it has to be chunky. So I thought, how am I going to make chunky? And then I thought I'll grab my game board pieces. Now, I don't know if you remember these. I showed these. I'd purchased them a long time ago, probably even almost a year ago now. And they're just pieces of game board that someone's cut up into ATC sizes, which I have some game boards set aside that I want to do this with too, because I just think they would be fun. So, but anyway, I had a couple of these left over from a swap that I did, like I said, about a year ago, maybe even a little bit longer. So I thought, well, there's the first set of chunky, because, you know, those are thick. Those are much thicker than chipboard even. So I thought, well, there's a good first start. And then this is Saturday. The challenge is before you see this go live. But today I was able to go to some yard sales with my son, and I picked up this big old thing of lace. Let me show you the other one I picked up. I actually picked up two of them, and I gave them $2 for both of them. Let's see, the other one, this is one of them. There's a lot here, and I've already used some of it. This is the other piece. Isn't this gorgeous? Just this really thick. I haven't even unrolled it to see how many yards there are, and I probably won't. I just thought they were gorgeous, and I paid $2 for both of them. So I thought, well, I'm going to use this white lace, going to alter it a bit, and make a big old chunky flower. And so that's what I did. In fact, I don't even think that I can probably get this in an ATC sleeve. I'll probably have to put it in a bigger sleeve. So I pulled out my homemade metallic amethyst spray, and I made that using this Folk Art metallic amethyst paint, and I actually used both of these on the project. So I pulled out the spray, sprayed down my lace really super well, and then let it dry. And to finish drying it, I ran it with my ATC, and then I pulled this out, and I pulled out my game board. Now I'm going to show you the back side first. So all I did for the back, this back was kind of cool, I thought. It was like a checkered board kind of back, and it even had the ISBN code number on there. So I took the amethyst paint, and lightly with my paintbrush, I just kind of swooshed around the edges with it, and then I put my information on the back, my blog and my YouTube channel, my name. I usually put John 3:16 when I make ATCs, and then I put one of one because this is one of a kind. So now you've got to see the front. This is totally unlike anything I've ever done before, and you can see why I say it will not fit in an ATC sleeve. It's huge. So this is that dyed flower that I made, and then I was having a lot of trouble with the button adhering down, because this, especially once the paint is on this, it's pretty what do I want to say, stiff lace. And so just making those centers stick the way I wanted to was very challenging. And I was going over it with glossy accents, and it wasn't working. So I pulled out this 3-Girl Jam ribbon. And this is just I have this little bag of ribbon that I keep. And I honestly can't even tell you for sure what color this is. This is just a little scrap stash that I have. And I honestly think it's got a little bit of blue purple on the edge. I think it may even be something that kind of got dyed accidentally, but it was really pretty and it was a good match. So I used that and made 2 flowers. So I made a big one and then a little one, and then I put my vintage looking button. And the reason I say vintage looking button is because I'm not sure it's really a vintage button. It was plastic. I don't know what makes vintage, but it was a plastic button, and I was able to cut the shank off using just my Tim Holtz scissors. Then in some scraps that I had this kind of it's like a really super light green paper. And I took it over to my vintage typewriter, and like I said, I don't know what makes vintage. All I know is I feel like I'm old. I'm 40, and this typewriter definitely predates me. I'm going to guess the typewriter I have is probably from the 50s. I'm just guessing. It's an old Smith Corona one. It's actually in a little travel carrier that's part of it. It looks like a little suitcase, and it's actually, I just thought it was a case. It's actually screwed into it. It's all one piece. It didn't even have an exclamation point on it. I was really surprised. So I took that green paper and I typed out, take time to enjoy the little things, and then cut it all apart. And then I used the same paint to go around the edges, and I glued those down just using my ATG. I signed it right there in the corner, and then I put my chunky flower. And that was it. So I hope you've enjoyed this really chunky ATC. Not something I would do very often. It's definitely not going to fit well like on an ATC holder. It wouldn't fit in my ATC holder, that's for sure. But it's still fun. So thanks so much for stopping by today. And remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.